Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, Magnetic Reversal News, Sacred Geography, and Shinrin Yoku, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Saturday, September 9th, around 7:45 p.m. Mountain Time 2023. A powerful earthquake in Morocco, a rare one, has now killed more than 2,000 people and damaged historic buildings. Full details in a moment. Keep calm. It's boom time. Dangerous heat, excessive rainfall, severe thunderstorms, and rip currents. Heat continues for portions of the Southwest and parts of Texas, the nexus of the Schmexis. Meanwhile, showers and thunderstorms with isolated incidences of severe weather and heavy rainfall to affect the East Coast, western high plains into Texas this weekend. Hurricane Lee is expected to pass well north of Puerto Rico this weekend. However, dangerous high surf and rip currents from Puerto Rico to the East Coast are expected. Now, Hurricane Lee has been downgraded to a strong Category 3 storm as U.S. impacts still too soon to know. In just a few days, we will have a much better handle on the spaghetti models and if this storm is making its way up to Maine or anywhere in the Northeast. But currently, we just don't know. It's moving too slow. Here's the key message for Hurricane Lee. Lee's core is expected to move well north of the northern Leeward Islands, the Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico this weekend, and early next week. Dangerous surf and life-threatening rip currents are affecting portions of the northern Leeward Islands. These conditions are spreading westward and northward and will affect Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, and the Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas as well, and Bermuda during the next several days. It remains too soon to know what level of impacts, if any, Lee might have along the U.S. East Coast or Atlantic Canada or Bermuda late next week, particularly since the hurricane is expected to slow down considerably over the southwestern Atlantic. Regardless, dangerous surf and rip currents are expected along most of the U.S. East Coast beginning Sunday and Monday. Users should continue to monitor updates and the forecast of Lee during the next several days. Now, here is the current track as of 5 p.m. Saturday. You can see it's going to be a major hurricane, and here's Sunday. Monday, not moving. Tuesday, Wednesday, not moving much in the next 4 days, and staying a major hurricane. Sometime on Wednesday, it's supposed to make a turn directly north. So in a few days, we will have much better clarity on some of the spaghetti models. Now to the powerful earthquake in Morocco that has killed more than 2,000 people, damaging historic buildings. Let's take a look at some of the footage. Devastating. Take a look at that.
ما شاء الله صفي الله ما شاء فعل ما شاء الله ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. الناس طايحين لهم الديور، الناس راهم مكرفسين، خاصنا لي زومبيلونس، الله يجزيكم بخير، خاصنا لي زومبيلونس مولاي إبراهيم.
Yeah, please send us ambulances. Indeed. Now here is a video showing the moment the 6.8 magnitude struck and some additional footage. So let's take a look at this. Absolutely terrifying. Everyone knows what to do here, though. They run out of the buildings and into the middle of the street so they do not get crushed, except those white people that just went into the alley. Yeah. Nope, not going that way. Absolutely terrifying. Now, there are still thousands of people buried in rubble, and the life-saving is happening right now. Many people being rescued, but here's another scene from a restaurant. Get out of Dodge. You can see the chandeliers inside wiggling. Yeah, so terrifying.
Thanks for watching.
No, please be quiet. Absolutely terrifying events unfolding currently. At least 2,012 people have died in the quake, mostly in Marrakech, in 5 provinces near the epicenter. Many of the towns are very rural and very difficult to get to, so it will be days, weeks, or months before we have an official death toll. Morocco's Interior Ministry reported Saturday night at least 2,059 more people were injured, 1,404 critically. So this is a huge event. The problem is that where destructive earthquakes are rare, buildings are simply not constructed robustly to cope with a strong ground shaking. So many collapse, resulting in high casualties, said Bill McGuire, Professor Emeritus of Geophysical and Climate Hazards at the University of London. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the victims, and the numbers are going to continue to rise. Seismic update. We have a 6.0, 101 kilometers north of Palu, Indonesia. Biggest rumbler in the last 24 hours. Those Morocco quakes are now off the map. We have some activity in the mid-ocean ridge here. 5.8 at the Central East Pacific Rise. Overall, all is quiet. Also quiet on the worldwide volcano news front. We do have one interesting shot here from the Great Sitkin volcano. That effusive eruption continues as sticky lava feeds the lava dome. So there it is, that steaming pile of lava right there. Space weather news. You're psychic. Yes, we're down KP0, KP 0.5. We are at solar max, and, well, the sun is quiet. There's a few sunspots, nothing happening, no flaring of any particular interest, especially over the last 18 hours. It's almost like the sun has gone quiet. Now, we do have one thing that may bring us some space weather, minor, albeit. 2 coronal holes are puffing and passing, and in just a day or two, that coronal hole stream may come to elevate the KP. Currently, the 3-day geomagnetic forecast not showing any of it. Maybe just a little rise here to KP4 on the 12th. Now, they found a 90% reduction. Scientists discover a natural molecule that eradicates plaques and cavities in your teeth by 90%. I wish I had this when I was younger. 3. Dinoliphamine, DIM, decreased Streptococcus mutans biofilm, a leading contributor to plaque and cavities, by 90%. All the links will be below. If you want to check out the articles, they're in the description box to everything we discuss. Have you heard New Mexico's governor, supposedly democratically elected, suspends the Constitution? And New Mexico officials now call for the governor's impeachment after her firearms restriction. This is bizarre. There's been an uptick in violent gun assaults in certain regions in New Mexico. So the governor banned civilians from carrying weapons to protect themselves. That is the opposite of what should be happening. But I do digress. Hopefully she's horrendous. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham needs to go, period. Now, in just a few minutes, Leah and I did an expose on several cutting edge and very current scientific articles, including the DART debacle. Now, the DART mission was developed to see if that they could move the trajectory of an asteroid in case we need to save the planet Earth. They smashed the asteroid and shortened the orbit by 33 minutes. But new details coming out showing that the orbit continues to degrade. What are the implications? Well, it could be boom time. In the podcast, we also discuss the enormous amount of near-Earth objects, not just Apophis or Didymus, but there are thousands of them within the orbit of Mars that threaten our inner solar system every day, every year. We also discuss geoengineering and how stupid that is. All here at the DART mission debacle, orbital decay, bad science, fitting the narrative, and geoengineering. Kicking off in just a few minutes after this podcast. And we are preparing for the next week to embark on the 34th annual Crestone Energy Fair. We'll be there all weekend. Lee and I speak at least once each day. So come check us out. We'll have a table there. Leak Project will be there. And on Saturday at 1:15, I will be on the main stage bringing the soil back to life, how to build a Johnson Sioux bioreactor. And on Sunday, Leah and I will reclaim your sovereignty, how to become more self-sufficient, Sunday, 1:30 on the Cloud stage. And that is a boom to knowledge. Hope to see y'all out at Crestone. Please go check out the upcoming podcast at Magnetic Reversal News. We would appreciate your support. Plus, you might learn something. That is a boom to knowledge. Share this video as we are shadow banned and we need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. We love you. Be safe.